go. Lay Ill Kid at OneYoungsta, holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Today, all year, coming with another wonderful episode of, that's right, you best believe it, lounging, doing our thing, kicking it, minding our biz like we should be. Happy New Year to everybody's up in the spot, whether you early in the chat, whether you watching the replay. Happy New Year to y'all. Thank you for everyone who came through yesterday. We had like 3 shows, even the show where we had a little Q&A. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. It was dope. It was nice to have you, you know what I'm saying, doing the Lord's work. So, with that said, I wanted to give a shout out to all of those folks liking the videos, sharing the videos, thumbing up, thumbing down the videos, commenting on the videos. Big shout out to all my Patreon supporters. Much love to all y'all because you guys are able to keep this thing pushing through the algorithm, going up, moving forward, all kinds of stuff. So if you could, hit that thumb, get up in the chat, let's roll. Because lounging, it's gonna be decent today. We got some good stories today, boy. Woo! So, with that said, I am not by myself. I am joined by the awesome, amazing, incomparable, magnanimous, incredible Lady Lisa. Say what's up.
Hey, y'all.
So we got a couple stories today. We're going to get into it. You can see some of them in the title. So let's get started. Lisa, what you got for us first?
Let's see. You know what? Let's talk about this young man who was sent to college. It's a very, very, very early age.
What up, Ephraim Guzman? What up? Nice to see you. Yeah, he went sent to college pretty early, and it was it's presented as kind of like a Black excellence story.
Yeah.
So go on and break it down for us, and I'll throw the story in the chat as well.
Okay, so this was on today.com. This 12-year-old got accepted as an aerospace engineering major at Georgia Tech. Okay, so I'm going to read a little bit of it. 12-year-old prodigy has been accepted as a student at Georgia Tech as he pursues his dream of becoming an aerospace engineer. Before Caleb Anderson is old enough to get his driver's license or vote in an election, he is on track to have an undergraduate degree after being accepted to the prestigious school in Atlanta, according to news station Now. It's one of my dreams, so yeah, I am really excited to go there, Anderson told News Nation Now on Sunday. They have an amazing aerospace engineering program. The preteen from Georgia is currently close to finishing his second year at Chattahoochee Technical College in Marietta, Georgia, and applied to Georgia Tech as a sophomore. The other items on Anderson's goal list include a master's degree from Georgia Tech, a PhD, this keeps popping down, a PhD from MIT, and an internship with SpaceX and Tesla founder Elon Musk, according to News Nation Now.
Nice.
It says, do I feel like I'm breaking barriers? No, not necessarily, he said. I honestly just feel like I'm doing what I want to do, but do I know that I am doing it? Yes, I know that people are inspired by me. People look up to me. This has been Anderson's plan for as long as he can remember. It was exactly how I expected it to be like if I were 18 or something. The bright young boy told NBC affiliate WXIA in October about his college experience. Anderson has been a prodigy from before he could even speak, learning sign language, reading the U.S. Constitution as a 2-year-old, qualifying for the high IQ society Mensa a year later, and learning to speak Spanish, French, and Mandarin, according to his parents.
Cool. So, there's a Black excellence story. And, you love to see it. It sounds great. I'm digging it. But we did come up with some thoughts on this, around this. And I'll let you start first. Because I know you had some thoughts on it about just our children in general. So I'll let you go first because I got some thoughts too.
I guess my concern, because we've seen these stories, that pop up every couple of years where you have, yet another young person who has qualified to go to college at a very, very early age. And,
Lil Man Tate.
I guess I would ask the question first because I don't really understand how this works. obviously they can't stay on campus. That's quite obvious. They're minors.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering how that whole thing works in terms of them going to classes and being amongst young adults or just, straight up adults on a regular basis. Is it, do they go on campus and do this? Do they do it virtually? Are the parents just much more involved? I would have a lot of questions about that because I don't really think that these kids are, well, I know these kids aren't prepared to be in that adult environment. I mean, you have kids that go to college at the regular age and they're not ready for that environment, truth be told. So that concerns me. And then the other thing is, even though these kids are smart enough, to go, are they emotionally and psychologically ready to do this? Like, are you allowing them or even pushing them? Because I know sometimes you may have to push them when kids are a lot brighter and a lot more advanced. You have to kind of push them to stay, I don't want to say in a child's place in a negative way.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Kind of in a child's place. Like, go ahead and experience being a child without extra and added responsibility. Experience, being with your peers.
Experience your adolescence. You're going to have you're going to be older way more longer than you're going to be younger.
Right. So, I mean, it's great, that this young man is so bright and so smart and all of those things. I'm just concerned about him being able to experience childhood. And having those memories
kind
of
thrusting him into an adulthood,
right? That time of innocence, and I don't feel like this is a case where his parents are pushing him into anything.
Nah,
he seems to that's just where he is intellectually, and I guess,
but emotionally and psychologically doesn't always line up.
I guess from a parent's point of view, it has to be a difficult situation to be in because you don't really know what to do. You don't want to hold them back.
I feel you on that.
Definitely don't want to hold them back.
You don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to stifle them.
Yeah, I honestly feel that our children can do a whole lot more than what we think they can, and they could do a lot more than what we expect them to do.
True.
So I appreciate the position that they're in and how difficult it must be. It just concerns me because we continue to hear about this and I'm like,
and it's like so cool, like, 14-year-old goes to college, or 12-year-old goes to college, or 10-year-old is in such and such, and like you think about it, it's great because they're so young, they're like a prodigy, and but you forget that their mind might be there for the zeros and ones of it all. But, to put a child in an adult's position can be just being careful about that. And just thinking about that. It's just, not saying that this is a bad thing. It's great for, Eon 001 says, I worry about them burning out. It's, I guess, just making sure that we celebrate their intellect and their accomplishment without thrusting them too far into adulthood and responsibilities because they are still children. Regardless of how the government and the system as a whole tries to treat our children, they are children. And they need to enjoy 6 years old. They need to enjoy 8, 10, 13. They need to enjoy those years as youth before they become adults fully realized with all kinds of emotional, decisions, psychological decisions and stuff to make. I know we always see it as like such a awesome thing, and it is, but I think a lot of times we forget the other side of like, hey, should we be putting them in this realm? You know what I'm saying? Should we put them in there yet? Or should we put them in and just keep a check on them because this is a child in an adult's form. Unless it's a situation where they're just virtual and it doesn't really matter anyway. So shouts to Yamani Adams. Good to see you here. Happy New Year to you and Eon001. Says my nephew enrolled at Marion University at 15, but the school is in the city my family lives at. But my brother dropped him off at a campus, but picks him up at the end of classes. It's working well. All right, cool. So all right. So he's not like in a situation where he's kind of, I guess, alone. I mean, he's kind of alone in class, which is also sort of a weird situation. Because this isn't like public school. He's in a university around a whole bunch of adults by himself. It can get weird. But, like you said, it's going well for them. So great, that's cool. And, it's good to see that there's like you said, the school is where your family is. So there's like a supportive structure around them. Eon001 said it would be nice to get a balance. You don't want to waste their intelligence, but you don't want to rob them of their childhood. Yeah, that's the thing. Because it's like, when you're 15, there's certain things that you don't want someone to experience regret due to their movements as far as their gifts as well. You know what I'm saying? Which I know seems weird because it's like, yo, man, go do your thing. But, they're still kids. You got to still let them be kids. You know what I'm saying? Shouts to Yamani Adams said, my cousin plays football for the school. Forgot to mention. Cool. For the college or for the high school? Because that's weird for them to play for the college. Would that even be fair? Now, I wouldn't want like a grown man hitting my son.
Yeah.
But Eon001 says children shouldn't be schooling with grown folks. It's an isolation experience. Just give him private classes or lump him in with other child prodigies. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. And if there's other child prodigies, because it's just something weird about adults and adult conversations. Yeah, because adult situations. It can get weird.
I remember,
especially since this brother's 12.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, in college, some adult conversations can pop off. Like in any class, I guess it kind of depends on the class too, but there are some classes where adult conversations can kind of, in language, can just pop off in the middle of class because you're having adult conversations and talking about, adult topics. So,
Cool. So, that's a good thing. That Word. I see you. I see where you're coming at with that.
Oh, she's saying her cousin plays football. Nephew.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. Got you.
Two different people.
We here. So thank you. Good. Got you. What we got next?
All right. Next.
All right.
Oh Lord. Tamir Rice.
Yeah.
No charges for officers in the Tamir Rice case. Hold on, let me open, if it's going to let me open the article. Interesting.
All right, so
the bottom line of it is they're not going to charge the officers, and the gist of it is the video isn't clear enough, which is funny to me because I didn't know that video was required all of a sudden. In order for you
investigations,
in order for you to charge someone for murder,
we might as well just let anyone who's murdered anyone free, since if there was no video,
right? Because
you can't have it both ways.
I don't understand, why does the video have to be clear? But anyway, no federal charges for officers in 2014 fatal shooting of Tamir Rice. DOJ says video from the shooting of the 12-year-old in Cleveland was too poor for prosecutors to conclusively establish what happened. What you mean, what happened? They killed a 12-year-old boy.
And what was it? They decided to fire in less than 10 seconds? Like, come on, man.
The Justice Department announced Tuesday that it would not bring federal criminal charges against two Cleveland police officers in the 2014 killing of 12-year-old Tamir Rice, saying video of the shooting was of too poor a quality for prosecutors to conclusively establish what had happened. In closing the case, the department brought to an end a long-running investigation into a high-profile shooting that helped galvanize the Black Lives Matter movement and that became part of the national dialogue about police use of force against minorities, including children. The decision revealed in a lengthy statement does not condone the officer's actions, but rather says the cumulative evidence was not enough to support a federal criminal civil rights prosecution.
Oh, boy.
Tamir was playing with a pellet gun outside a recreation center in Cleveland on November 22nd, 2014, when he was shot and killed by Officer Timothy Loungin, who is white. Seconds after Loungin and his partner, Officer Frank Garnback, arrived at the scene. The officers were called to the recreation center after a man drinking beer and waiting for a bus had called 911 to report that a, quote, guy was pointing a gun.
A guy.
It just jumped on me. Hold on. Page.
So anyway, here, let me open it up.
Yeah, because I don't know why it keeps jumping. Was pointing a gun at people. The caller told a 911 dispatcher that it was probably a juvenile and the gun might be, quote, fake, though that information was never relayed to the officers. To bring federal civil rights charges in cases like these, the Justice Department must prove that an officer's actions willfully broke the law rather than being the result of a mistake, negligence, or bad judgment. It has been a consistently tough burden for federal prosecutors to meet across both Democratic and Republican administrations, with the Justice Department declining criminal charges against police officers in other high-profile cases in recent years, including in the deaths of Eric Garner in New York City and Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri. In this case, the Justice Department said poor quality surveillance video recorded in the area where the shooting took place prevented prosecutors from being able to conclusively determine whether Rice was or was not reaching for his toy gun just prior to being shot.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
So we know it's murder. And the reason, and I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, you got to prove intent. Remember, intent doesn't have to be, or premeditation. Premeditation doesn't have to be hours and days and weeks and months in advance. You know, they decided that they were going to murder that man or murder that child when they arrived. It doesn't have to be a situation where you premeditated, months and months in advance. They got there and knew, we're going to fire right now. You know what I'm saying? They made that decision. It wasn't a decision made under duress. They made that decision, or he made that decision straight up when he arrived. That's why I use that term. Because I know a lot of people will say, oh, well, it's not premeditated. It's like, premeditation does not have the statute's already been set that premeditation does not have to be like, a year-long plan. You know what I'm saying? But the annoyance of this situation and how it's played out is it deflates you, it angers you. I'm just tired. You know what I'm saying? Especially with a situation like this, especially with this flimsy argument they give of the whole, oh, well, the video was bad. And I'm like, hold up, haven't people been convicted without video like mad times?
It's I'm just
so like, where is this stuff coming from when there's not any video at all? Like where? Come on now.
I'm just so sick of.
Now it's bad video.
Yeah, I'm just so sick of every time. It's time for us to get some justice. Us being black folks to get some justice. There are 1,000,005 different excuses. Why? We just can't. It just makes it impossible.
The video is just there's problems with the video. The video is too poor.
It's like, why do you need video? Why? There are investigations that are done all the time with no video. So pretend there isn't a video, right? If the video is too poor to use it, then do the investigation without video. The fact remains that these officers fired within seconds of even coming upon this young man.
There's at the very least, it should be like willful negligence or something, like no charges whatsoever. Man.
I feel sorry for the family, but even though it's an end you don't want, at least they can be like, you know what, fine. They finally said they're not going to do anything. We can now try and find a way to go on with our lives. It's unfortunate, but it's some type of closure. It's like, okay, fine, y'all have made up your minds. We just have to find a way to accept it, and now we can move on.
And Eon 001 makes a point saying these cops need to be named and shamed. Full government names trending is the only sliver of punishment for them to endure. Their family name needs to be dragged, and that's true. That's definitely true. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely true. And speaking of people being named and shamed, that leads us to our very next story. Very next story. Oh, man. Over past weekend, the Arlo Hotel. There was a brother just minding his business, trying to kick it, going to brunch with his son, trying to mind his business, live his life. Trying to live his life. Go to in there. Go to, you know what I'm saying, trying to go to, great lengths to mind their business. To how should you say, just live. And all of a sudden they're accosted by a woman accusing them, saying that, hey, you stole my cell phone. That's right. We getting into Soho Karen. Her name, of course, is Miya Ponsetto. You can find her online with her CCTV footage and cell phone footage from the brother himself. I'm extremely happy that she's finally been identified, and we'll get into that in a second. But yes, she, has finally been identified because Mr. Harrold and the young boy Harrold Jr. didn't deserve to go through what they went through. But we got a whole lot of stuff to get through in this. There's a lot to talk about, a lot to get into, and I guess I'll leave it over to you if you want to talk about, I guess, how we came up on this. Or how the net came up on this.
I don't even remember, honestly, at this point, because it feels like it's been so much. I don't remember how I came across it. More than likely on Facebook.
Yeah, or Twitter or something like that.
For me, more than likely Facebook.
Yeah.
It's so much with this story, and the nerve, the privilege, the audacity, the everything, with this woman. And one thing that I've said is she's really, really, really lucky, honestly, that this young man was with his father and not his mother. Because just in my experience as a mother, the mama bear that kicks in when somebody puts hands on your child would be a whole different thing. Because also, y'all are on the same level. You're both women. And I'm pretty sure that his father, being the man that he is, did not want to put hands on a woman. But honey, had it been Mama Bear, it just would have been, my chest gets warm thinking about it. And I don't know these people, right?
Yeah.
But the instinct that kicks in when somebody not just puts hands, but just full out tackled your child.
Yeah, she's straight. She knocked him over, or kind of knocked him out the way, and then tackled the kid.
Look.
So let's start from the beginning. Kid minding his business. She comes in, he took my phone. Let's talk about the hotel and how wrong they are and how they put up a BS apology statement. First thing, this woman comes in causing problems in your hotel. One, she's not a hotel guest. She needs to leave the premises right now.
Yep.
You are not the police. You are not the FBI. You ain't the CIA. You ain't the state police. You ain't nothing. You ain't Secret Service. Nobody. You are a hotel manager. Manage the hotel, i.e. get disorderly people and disruptive people out of your hotel.
Right.
She wasn't a guest. She should not have been there in the first place. But fine, she's in here.
And if she had business there, her business was not there to harass your current guest.
Thank you. So, let's say you try to help her find her cell phone. Helping her find her cell phone does not have to do with her yelling, creating a scene, and accosting guests at your hotel.
Exactly.
Let's be honest. She was appeased. She was, how would you say, listened to. Mm-hmm. She was believed because she was white. Because she was white. Immediately. She's behind the manager of the hotel trying to use him as an attack dog, saying, grab his phone, get his phone, that's my phone. He put a case on it.
Take it out the case and
take it out the case.
Are you kidding me?
It's like, so I'm stealing phones and putting them in brand new cases? But anyway, she's using him as an attack dog.
Yeah.
And he's asking for the boy's phone as if he's got some kind of warrant or he's some type of authority, which he has none. The way it should have been handled is she should have been escorted into one of the conference rooms to quietly and calmly explain what's going on to a security guard. That security guard would then make the decision on either escorting her butt out, because there's nothing that they can do, or contacting legal authorities. But letting her attack some man and his child is not part of it.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely. I mean, at best, ma'am, I'm so sorry to hear that you've lost your phone. If we come across it, we will definitely contact you. Please leave your information with us. If we can be of any help, we definitely will. I do suggest that you go to the police station and file a report that your phone has been missing or whatever it is. Have a good day.
Yeah, I can't take this kid's phone from him.
I will not take this kid's phone from him. He is a guest in this hotel.
Yeah, and you are not.
And you are not.
And you are trespassing. So we're being kind to you by at least listening to your story. So we've listened to your story. We have given you what we can do for you. But that's not how it goes. She's a white woman in America. And I'm going to get to that in a second. I know a lot of people have been like, she's a white woman in America. We'll get to that in a second.
For all intents and purposes.
For all intents and purposes. We'll get to that later. So a thing that also comes up in this is, well, what if the boy was alone? Because remember, this is a white woman accusing a black boy of doing something.
Yes.
We know that does not go well, historically. So if this boy was alone, they would have violated his rights.
Yeah.
Let's be for real.
Absolutely.
They would have took that phone from that boy. And after seeing the boy in an interview, he already looks very confused and timid.
He's timid. He's kind of a typical shy, timid,
he looks shy,
young
timid.
man. Very sweet, very kind, and they would have totally stomped all over that.
Yeah, and Eon 001 says 3 days. If you didn't know better, you would have thought she just lost the phone. She came back 3 days later. Come on, bruh. So I'm glad that he was with his father, because that boy he's very, very timid, very shy, kind of seems in a situation like that. So that's the situation with her. We've also found out since that she had drunken disorderly arrest last year. She had, or might as well say this year, it was 2020, it's just one day ago. So she had a drunken disorderly, she had a DUI, so this is her thing.
So
she gets angry, acts crazy, and uses her privilege to get away with it.
So what I think is as far as the phone, she probably was looking for her phone for 3 days. She lost it in a drunk stupor.
Yeah.
Had no idea where it was, looking all these different places, and ended up having lost it in the Uber. She probably couldn't remember, or just, so she's been looking for this phone for 3 days. She's probably at a point of being totally panicked because she's a little bit touched anyway, or she was still drunk that day. We don't know.
Yeah.
Because that behavior is like a person that is either high or drunk. Mm-hmm. I mean, you lost a phone, lady. You didn't lose a child. You know what I mean? You acting like it's a phone, lady. You tackling folks over a phone? There's a disconnect. The behavior does not match with what the issue is. So either you are under the influence, or you are just mentally not all there, or both. I don't know. But I'm going to just say this
But
again.
I will say one thing. She's racist.
Yeah.
Dang everything else.
And I will say this.
I ain't trying to give her no help by like, oh, maybe she touched. Nah, bruh.
Oh, I'm not trying to
she
help
touched
her
by
when she say
racism.
that. Because I'm going to say this. Regardless of what her issue is, she would have been touched had that been somebody's mama. Oh, you going to be touched today.
And Boogsworthy said that. He's lucky. Lucky it wasn't a mama.
Look, because then she wanted to come out and say, oh, she was assaulted. Let me tell you something, honey. You don't know what assaulted is. If this had gone down a different way and his father wasn't the gentleman that he was, you would have felt assault.
Yeah.
Hear me what I say.
Like, look, ain't nobody trying to hear all that. Like, straight up, ain't nobody trying to hear that. So, the issue continues because now it's become a thing on the internet. Who is this woman? And once again, white supremacy comes out to protect this woman.
Yep.
The police know who she is. She's contacted CBS or whatever.
Yep.
But somehow she's able to say, I want to protect my identity. Also, the hotel know who she is.
Yeah, because she was a guest there.
Because she was a guest there
Yes.
like last week or whatever.
So they have her information on file?
And I'm sure she identified herself when she came in the hotel. Like, hey, my name is such and such. I'm looking for my phone.
Yeah, I was here. I stayed here, such and such. Yep.
So all these people working so hard at keeping her identity hidden.
After you done tackled, after you have assaulted somebody.
Two people.
Man,
the criminal's getting protected. Interesting.
And this is why we
ain't it cool to be white?
This is why we call her a white woman, because she is operating in and taking advantage
whiteness.
of white privilege.
Yeah. So here's the deal. She goes, she gets protected, and I even said myself, I was like, look, you know Twitter gonna find you, right? They gonna find you. The best thing, you might as well just come out and say, look, it's me. I'm sorry. I placed myself at your feet looking for forgiveness. That's the best you could do. Because trying to hide, you thought Twitter won't gonna find you, and they did.
Yep.
Then when they found him, then because remember the NYPD was like, we need the public's help to find this. Ain't y'all the investigators? So now we got to do your job. So we got to pay your salary, and we got to do your job, and you don't want to be defunded. Interesting. When am I going to get my NYPD check for helping you discover who this woman was? Am I going to get my percentage of the NYPD profits? Come on, man. This is some of the dumbest I've ever heard. If they were black, they would have been plastered all over. Worldwide manhunt. Go get him now. You got to stop him. He's out there and he's crazed. You got to get him. Oh, everybody call the state police. Call the troopers. Call the city police. Call the campus police. Call everybody. But it's a white woman. It's like, oh man, if y'all can
I just don't know who she is.
You can call the hotline, maybe help us out. We don't know how to get her.
We have no way of knowing.
We don't know how to do any detective work. Interesting, right?
You could have just walked your behind to the hotel and said, who is she?
Who is she?
We know you know who she is because she stayed here. She assaulted someone. Now who is she?
Who is this hoe? Ho. All right? That's all I'm saying.
Like, it's so infuriating. And the thing is, I have no confidence that anything of substance is going to happen to this woman. Yeah. They may press charges. They may go through the whole, song and dance for appearances. I have no confidence that anything will happen to this woman. That's why I just wish that somebody had beat her down.
And Back to Love said Carmen Sandiego Jr. So here's the thing. The reason she was hiding, and I know, and so she could delete anything off of social media she possibly could. But they caught her butt. They caught her. They already found some stuff that she posted up on Facebook or whatever. Let's see if I can find it real quick to put it in the chat. They already found her where she was posting, KKK stands for the Cool Kids Club and stuff like that. And then also posted something else about black people, and then also posted about her anger issues. So people that already pulled that stuff up already. So that means look, you got to remember, if it's on the internet, it's forever. You ain't never going to get out of that. You can forget that. If it's on the internet, it's done. Finito. Now you finished, son is out. You know what I'm saying? But thank you, Antoine Allen. I'm glad you ain't here. We're gonna get to him. There's a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. We're gonna get to him. So the family is only acknowledged because the family is rich and has some level of fame. We find out that both parents are jazz musicians that are Grammy Award winning musicians, and they have played with the likes of Beyonce and Jay-Z and Common and Rihanna, all these people. So now it's important, because if this black person was your average, I don't know, car dealer or, plumber or, electrician, somebody who worked in roofing or a school teacher, we would not hear about this. But they know Jay-Z. Let's put it on, because we can get some of that Beyonce algorithm. Now, I will say this, it has been interesting that all these people that they connected to, we ain't heard nothing from these people.
Crickets.
We ain't heard nothing from these people.
Now,
yo, man, that's my dog, man. It's a shame that happened. Not even like, dag, man, this is a shame.
I was going to say, they may have heard from them personally.
Yeah, true.
But they have not come out and said anything publicly.
But as far as people like Common that just dropped the album talking about Beautiful Revolution, dude, this is a perfect opportunity for your revolution. Revolutionize, my brother. Where you at? Where you at? So slide that to the side. We know black celebs be funny style, so just throw that to the side. But it's important because they're celebrities of some sort. It's important. Now it's got to be a thing. Now, we want to speak to them and where they're going to be. And of course, when they speak to them, let's talk about the problems we have with the parents. When they speak to the parents, what do we get from the parents? The same thing we get from all the parents. Soft. Now, I've not been in that situation.
I just want to know, and I just want to understand why. I would love to talk to her and listen to her side of the story and know why. I don't care why.
We know why. Because he was black.
And I don't care why. You put hands on my child. I don't care why. Doesn't matter. I don't care if you cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Man. Okay, cool. So I retract my previous statement. Antoine Allen said Talib Kweli and Pete Rock spoke on their Instagram about it. So excuse my ignorance. I apologize for Pete Rock and Kweli. Y'all did both speak. So shouts to y'all. Thank you. Chocolate Boy Wonder and the dude that used to be able to rap good. So, you know what? No shots this early in the year. So I am tired of these weak parents. Why? I would love for one parent to be angry. I would love for one parent to be like, no, I want her in jail right now. I want her under the jail. I want her to feel pain. I want her to endure what my son had to endure. I'm tired of like, I just want to understand. I just want to hear her side. I don't
You want an explanation?
I just want everybody to be happy.
You want an explanation? Racism. There's your explanation. The end. Move on.
White supremacy.
White privilege, racism, all that. I don't understand what you trying to understand.
I'm so tired of these white supremacy kind of statements and talking points that we get, you know what I'm saying? Because we hear the young boy speak, and the young boy is talking about like how he was confused and he didn't know what was going on. And then the father is talking about like, how, it kind of like came out of nowhere and this, that, and the third. And then the mother is like, I just want to understand why. And nobody is just calling it. Now, later on, they do.
And that she's willing to hear her side of the story.
Yeah, what I got to hear her side of the story for?
What side?
And the funny thing is, like, when you saw the news clip, you can see the white lady all excited about her wanting to hear her side. Like, no, this is the problem.
It's just so amazing. And
white
so
people
wonderful.
love being able to treat you like trash, and then you somehow figure out a way to forgive them. Look, no forgiveness at all.
Oh, they're just so graceful.
You crossed me. You traumatized my son. It's over for you. You done. I don't care about your apology. I want you to go down for this. And this whole thing is just mind-boggling at how no parents I've ever experienced in this situation are ever angry. They're always like, well, you know, I just wish things would have been better. Look, I'm gonna tell you straight up.
This brother came out there and
Mark my word.
played America the Beautiful.
This fool played his trumpet and played America the Beautiful.
Followed by We Shall Overcome.
After 2020, you played America the Beautiful? Maybe America the Gutter Trash. Maybe America, you need to get yours together. Maybe but America the Beautiful?
But if you are inclined to play America the Beautiful, and
after
then,
your son has been tackled and assaulted by a white woman, something wrong with you.
And then follow it by We Shall Overcome. Well, how them two mixed?
Yeah, how they go together?
How they match? They don't.
What are you overcoming? I thought it was beautiful. Man, mark my words. Somebody put their hands on that little boy in there.
Look.
You ain't going to hear America the Beautiful.
Y'all going to need the help because can't neither one of us get each other out of jail because we're going to be in there together.
Please, you're going to see a live stream with Lady Lisa. Please give to the GoFundMe. We're trying to get my husband out of jail because some woman tackled his son and he kicked her to sleep. I'm trying to figure out how all these parents be soft as good God. Be soft.
I can understand.
Soft as baby doo-doo.
But see, I can, I'm not so hard on the mom because she ain't black.
Well, yeah,
she's not black. We can't expect a whole lot out of her in terms of that,
But the dad should be coming with some fire. Not some America the Beautiful playing the horn all slow. When he started playing that trumpet, I was like, if you don't get that trumpet out my face and he should be out there with either a picket sign or something else to defend himself. Now, I know laws in New York, are especially New York City, are strange, but that's all I need to see. Something to defend yourself or a picket sign. But the story doesn't stop there. Who do the parents have with them? And you know who it is. We got your boy. We got your boy Ben Crump
and Al Sharpton.
And Al Sharpton. 2 for 2.
We ain't seen him in a long time.
We ain't seen Al Sharpton since he been getting that TV money.
He came out the back cave on
He was like, hold up, is there money to be had? Is there some fame to be seen? I'm here. We demand. Or what? What, Al Sharpton? Or what? What are we going to do? What are you prepared to do? I am so tired of hearing we demand something. Or what? Or what? Why should they be shook? Why should they give you what you demand? Or what? We saw you was on that phone call or that Zoom meeting with Joe Biden. You ain't speak up against him. So what? Or what? What will you do? Speak to all the microphones. What will Ben Crump do? What will Al Sharpton do? What are y'all going to do?
Nothing.
I want to know. I want to know. Where we going, Al Sharpton? Let's ride. Where we going? What we going to do? Where we at? What's the plan? What we going to do? If we say we demand her to be in jail, when she don't go to jail, what we doing? When the judge says 20 hours, public service or community service, and maybe wear an ankle monitor for house arrest for 2 months or something. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? And that's if she gets that. I'm thinking she probably gonna end up with some community service. That's probably what's gonna happen.
Well, let me say. Remember what I said? I think it's gonna happen. I think they may charge her, they may sentence her, and then suspend the sentence, all at the same time. That's what because they love doing that one too. They love doing that one. Oh, that she was sentenced to 2 years, which was suspended. Like, so what's the point? For optics. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Oh, matter of fact, DeAndre Mosley makes a point. The only angry parent was the now deceased father of a Tatiana Jefferson, who was kept away from the case by the mother and the aunt. I remember that. He did make a statement, and he had some fire. He had some fire in his gut. But I think he made like one statement, and then dude just disappeared, and we probably know why. You know, they were probably like, look, we try to be soft on these white supremacists. We trying to be soft on them, make them feel happy. So, Ben Crump is here. I am so tired of seeing Ben Crump's face. Here's the thing about Ben Crump. When Ben Crump first started out and people were dogging him out, I was like, yo, man, get a brother a chance. I tried to hold him down. I was like, you know what? Look, he a bald-headed brother. Let him live. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what happened. Now about 85 cases in, every time it's something black, here he comes.
It's just something about...
It's something very ambulance chaser about him.
Just not him. I'm just not comfortable with this whole thing we have going on where every case that comes up that involves black people, there is a chosen one.
Yeah, there's like the chosen.
To be the attorney for that time. I can understand, if they're, people like Al Sharpton or whomever who have all of this experience with civil rights, if they want to be the go-to advisor for an attorney, because I'm all for let's employ and use these black attorneys that we have across the country. Yeah. So use a regular everyday attorney, help give them some experience in these cases.
Hollywood celebrity.
Help give them some experience in some of these cases. And Al Sharpton or Ben Crump just say, you know what? I'm just calling to let you know that I'm here. I can be there for you. I can assist in any way you need me to be. It feels almost like a performance or some sort of display when you have this same attorney every time. And it ain't like he has a great record where he gets all these results.
He trying to be the new Al Sharpton. He trying to be on MSNBC somewhere with his own show. Has Ben Crump even tried cases? We need to look him up, because you know how people be coming on. Ben Crump is the perfect example of that dude. Who the guy? All right, we're in Los Angeles. The dude that be on the bus that be like accidentes.
Oh my God!
He had a little thin mustache. Ben
look
Crump
like a Hanna-Barbera.
Accidentes. Ben Crump be like, did you get beat up by the police? And on the bus going by,
are you black?
Are you black? Do you need help? Has he even tried any cases?
I don't know.
Let me Google Ben Crump won the
trial record
case of, let me see. He won a $2.4 million settlement. Settlement act don't count. You need to win a trial.
Thank you.
Settlement is, you didn't win a settlement. Somebody gave you that.
Somebody got sent to jail for what they did.
Somebody gave you that. That's not a win. We settled. That's not a win. You don't want a settlement?
Yeah,
man,
somebody
how many cases has Ben Crump won?
Somebody further up in the chat talked about, he's always doing settlements.
So Crump gained national renown representing, somebody wrote this weird, the families of Trayvon Martin and Michael Brown. In both cases, he won civil judgments. While civil judgments, that's not... I'm talking about, did you see, look, and I know I'm about to reference a movie. But I need that A Few Good Men, General Daughter kind of win. I need trial lawyer.
Yeah.
I want the truth. That's what I want. I don't want to see a settlement. There ain't no winning. No, what did you win? Who did you put away? When y'all went to court, all right, so this person right here came to court with his people, and you came and brought your people, and when you were finished, this person went to jail. Where's that case?
Because if that doesn't happen,
or when you left, the 12 people said guilty, talking about the other. Where's that case?
Yeah, because my thing is, if that doesn't happen, why are people continuing to hire you? Because this is the thing.
People trying to get a buck. That's why they call them up.
Well, this is the thing. I don't think, people just automatically think, oh, somebody got beat up, I want to get paid. But my
Well,
thing is
yeah.
this. We've gotten to the point, we've been brainwashed once again. Got the okie doke once again. We've been
Yeah.
brainwashed to believe that getting a settlement is some form of justice. And it's not.
It's not. Not even close.
And not only that, the powers that be are now saying, oh, well, if they
Shoot,
get
they'll
a
take the
settlement,
money.
we can just keep on doing what we doing.
Just
Yeah,
give them money.
they'll make a fuss
They'll
for a
take the
little.
money.
They'll make a fuss for a little while about the justice system.
Yeah.
It'll die off. Whatever.
Won't even take the money and do anything revolutionary with it. So still we win. Go on and give them the taxpayers' money.
Yep.
It's not ours.
Nope.
Shoot. And since we're not getting defunded, we'll just raise our budgets next year to recoup from the cost that we spent to y'all.
And the money isn't coming from the person that did something wrong either.
Yeah.
So,
my
yeah.
dude.
It's a win-win.
We in a win. We are killing it right now. But it don't stop there. Don't stop there. I know you've looked at this young lady, Miya Ponsetto, and you said, Ponsetto. That's an interesting last name. It doesn't sound Anglo-Saxon. And then you look at her picture, you're like, So Miya, M-I-Y-A, or Maya Ponsetto, she looks like she is a woman of color. Here's your black and brown alliance, y'all. Y'all wanted it. Here it is. Every time we turn it around, we seeing that Eva Longoria alliance. It ain't me. I ain't making this up. This is her. This is her. This is them. They're the ones here's your like your alliance of such good POC, togetherness. Come on. It's corny. Like from Gina Rodriguez to Eva Longoria to some dumb stuff from J-Lo to this girl Miya Ponsetto. Here's your black and brown alliance. Why? Because if you look at Miya Ponsetto, she operates essentially as a white woman in America. And here, let me, because due to colorism, she's essentially an exotic white girl. You know what I'm saying? In America, she's seen as a white girl. That's why we all called her white when we saw her. We knew we could look at her and be like, oh, there's a little color on there, but we know she's white. Carmen Diaz, but she's white. Let's be honest. She's operating as a white woman in America. So now we have this black and brown alliance. Y'all feel good about it? How y'all feeling it? Y'all feeling it? And I'm not telling you. I'm telling you, look at what happens. Every time we be like, yo, man, POC, gotta be down. Y'all gotta be together. Every time we turn around, it's like every couple months now. Turn around, Latinx doing something stupid. We gotta be like, well, I guess we gotta start up. It's like 3 days since the last incident. It's like 3 days since the last time Latinx disowned us. Cause trust me, let someone get shot that's like Mexican, Colombian, something. They be like, yo, black people, come on, let's protest. Word? We be like, all right, cool, let's protest. Cause we always expected to help everybody out.
Always.
Then you want to turn around the real heroes. The real heroes, right? What's the percentage that y'all voted for Joe Biden as opposed to Trump? But y'all was the real heroes though, right? All right. So here again, we're at this impasse of the weak parents, white supremacy on the police side protecting her. Then you got the hotel buying into white supremacy, just believing her. Then you got the girl operating inside of her whiteness, talking about, I'll speak to the news, but I don't want to reveal my identity. You are the criminal.
Thank you.
You did wrong.
Thank you.
Then of course you got her like, oh, this is supposed to be my POC brother. Psych. No, I'm white. He's black. He stole my phone. He stole my phone and put a new case on it. I guess he had one ready.
And I'm going to hide behind this white man. Literally hide behind
Yo,
him.
she was hiding behind him like, go get him,
with
yo,
my
go get him.
hand on his shoulder, demanding that he go and get it from him. And this fool was about to do it. This fool was about to do it. Do you hear me?
He was. He had the laptop with him. Like, I just need to see his phone.
Like, I'm the manager.
If his father was not there, they would have took that boy's phone.
Absolutely.
They would have violated his constitutional rights.
Absolutely.
And that boy would be sitting there looking stupid because we can see that boy can't stick up for himself. And he wasn't ready, which brings me to my next point. You know what? Go and bring in my next point.
Okay, I'm kind of on the fence with this one, though. I do agree that he seemed like, he had never heard of this type of thing happening before. I can't say for sure. I don't know. But he seemed a little too confused.
He seemed way too confused.
About why and how this could happen. And I'm like, have you not watched the news, my young brother?
He's 14.
Have you not seen anything? Now, I understand it's a difference between you seeing it on the news and it happening to you directly. I understand him being shook up. But for him to come out of his face and said, I just want to know why. What you mean you want to know why? He said he wanted to know why, and the mom said she wanted to know why. Daddy ain't never said he wanted to know why. Because Daddy with his brown self knew why.
Yeah. And this goes to the point where I have to knock the parents. Sandra says, what race was the mother? She's Latinx.
Latina.
She's Latina. So stop crippling your children. Your children, first on his own, he has an iPhone, so I'm sure on his iPhone he is connected to some sort of social media. How did you exist in 2020 without seeing social injustice and racial injustice somewhere on the internet?
Because you should not be asking why after this. I'm sorry.
Not after 2020. Let's go and slide that to the side. Let's jump to the parents, because he's a minor. Let's jump to the parents. How is your boy 14 and don't know why this white woman came at him like that? You crippled your boy. And now part of what you're dealing with is the fact that you crippled your boy by not letting him know what was going on. I learned about my blackness when I was 9. A truck of white boys chased me in my own neighborhood, throwing bottles at me, calling me the N-word, while I'm trying to get away from them, pedaling as hard as I was on my bike. That was traumatic. I was 9 years old. Not 14. Why is it so late? Why is it so late in the game that he's trying to fit, and your dad ain't teach you nothing? And his dad is bordering on the dark skin, from brown to dark skin. So his dad has experienced some racism.
Absolutely.
Why are you crippling your children? Now, I'm not saying that, tell your child that, it's doom and gloom and you might as well just jump off a bridge because it's all over. But you do need to prepare them with the tools that they need to be able to survive in America, unless you're getting ready to move away from America, which I do not disagree with. If you got the ability to and your family decides to, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with leaving the U.S. America is not the only place that has homes that you can live in. But since you decided to live here, he should not be 14 and not know what's going on. Should not be 14.
Yeah, because it seemed like he didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, because he seemed like he was aloof or something.
It was disturbing. Like, what do you mean? I just want to know why. What do you mean?
Here's what I believe happened. I believe you have two parents that are wealthy and or at least well-to-do. They've got some celebrity. They've got some status. And in loving their child, unfortunately, decided, you know what? With our position and our status, we can shield him from this.
Yeah.
So our child doesn't have to experience it. Trust me, I don't want that little boy to ever experience what I had to experience when I was 9, but I know it's a possibility. So I can't send him out that door not knowing nothing. I love my child. I love all these little black boys and girls out here. Just want to live, just want to be kids, just want to play. But Fonte said it best. We can't afford to raise kids because we got to raise soldiers. It's just the real. It's just the honest, at least to be aware of it. Because when they interviewed the young boy when he was sitting beside his dad, dude looked like he was lost in the sauce. And I was like, he shouldn't be lost. And your mama shouldn't be like, I just want to know why. You know why.
Yeah, you know why. I'd be willing to sit down with her and hear her side of the story. What's that? What's that? Don't you sit me in front of that woman. I'm going to tell you right now. Don't you sit me anywhere near that woman. Because it ain't going to come out cute. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah, and Sandra says, even though the boy sees himself as mixed, he's still a light-skinned black boy. Yeah, there's, a perfect example would be that episode of Boondocks when they asked Huey if he had seen Passion of the Christ. And he said, I couldn't see it, white Jesus. And then the white people replied, Jesus was a Hebrew. And he said, Jesus is someone the police would consider black. And that's just the truth. So yes, you may be mixed. Your mother is a Latina or your mother is Asian, but you're black. You are someone the police would consider black. You need to own that and go on and live with it. Sitting around here being like, oh, I'm an exception, I'm cool. Don't worry about it, I'm fine. Nah, you black. And the last thing you want to do is to be out there without the tools necessary to understand what's going on or to be able to react or act accordingly. You know what I'm saying? And so I gotta, Antoine Allen, come on, man. Like, bruh, look, I'm referencing a line. You trying to talk about, aligning with his political beliefs. Like, I'm referencing a line. Come on now. So, Back to Love says you can't buy yourself out of white supremacy. I mean, unless you on a nut, maybe like Eddie Murphy, Will Smith level. I mean, because you can. Will Smith has like a neighborhood to himself, so he can at least he can probably stay on his land forever and never leave.
His estate is in its own zip code, y'all.
Yeah, so technically he could probably stay at home and never ever leave. But for most of us, outside of maybe like 5 black people, maybe 10, and besides those people that have their own zip code as their home, nah, you can't buy yourself out of white supremacy. Even y'all black bougie crowd that's like in the upper middle class that look down on people in the hood, y'all can't buy yourself out either. So here's, here's how I feel on this one, man. Y'all, we gotta have our kids ready. And I'm not saying your kid got to be the wokest black y'all, blackity black y'all, but you gotta, you gotta equip your children, man. Your child at 14 should not be on TV talking about I don't know nothing. Oh man, it said Boogsworthy said LLC Twitter can't invest themselves out of white supremacy either. Man, don't get me started with the how should you say, what's the nicest way to say, the entrepreneur Twitter. You know what I'm saying? All those brothers that's got their private jets, photos in private jets. Yeah. So DeAndre Mosley said, if Bill Cosby can be taken down, any black person can be taken down by racism. Okay. Yeah, because Bill been getting money for a long time. Yeah. Bill, and I'll say this, as someone who watches The Cosby Show on Amazon Prime, Bill Cosby not only is probably a legendary comedian, but probably has the best casted sitcom in television family history.
I agree.
But that meant nothing.
Not a thing.
Now, whether he did what they say he did or not, or maybe did 25% or did 50%, whatever, they still took him down. While white men was running rampant around here, not in no court. So, once again, stop crippling your children, because they're going to be alone one day without you. Because, and we talked about this. There's been many times my mother used to travel a lot, and she'd take us because it would be like kind of like a mini fake vacation. You know, she's working, but we get to go to whatever city. There were many times where this boy, it would be many times when I'd say, hey mom, can we go down to, because you know how some hotels have like a restaurant downstairs or something like that, or or like a little kind of like a, I guess you could say like a store or something downstairs. Like, hey mom, can we go downstairs and get a sandwich, or can we go get something to drink? And she'd just be like, yeah. And we get in the elevator, go downstairs, go get something to drink, come back. Now imagine your son or daughter says like, hey, can I go downstairs and get, a slice of pizza? And you're like, yeah, give me one too. Because it's normal. It's a natural thing. Yeah, go on ahead. The kid's 15. Kid's 14. So 14 years old is old enough to be able to just run to the store and not even really going to the store, just going downstairs. So that situation is something that is way too easy to happen. And way too, it's because it seems innocuous, right? Hey, dad, let me go get something to drink. Do you want something? Yeah, go ahead. But in this case, if he had gone by himself, let's say that morning his dad was tired, was like, man, I'm hungry, but I don't feel like getting out of this bed. You go and get some food, bring me back some French toast or something. And the boy went by himself. Simple, just simple things that happen in life. And that boy would have been caught out there. No fault of his own or his father's own, except for the fact that he would not be prepared. Because if he was prepared, he would have spoke to the manager and said, I am a guest here. I am a minor. You need to contact my father who is in room such and such and such, and not say another word.
Okay, in all fairness,
yes.
Even for a kid that may be informed about what's going on, may not have. We're still talking about 13, 14 years old.
Yes, we are.
At that age, some kids are extremely timid. They can be very aware of what's going on, but you don't have the voice. I know when I was that young, I just didn't have the voice to say anything to anybody. For that period of time,
honestly, I know I grew up a little faster than other kids
for that
did.
period of time, honestly, I remember seeing shoes because I looked down so much, quite honestly. I was very aware of what was going on around me. You get what I'm saying? I was intelligent and aware of what was going on. I just was extremely shy. You know what I'm saying? So I would have never had, I don't know what I would have done in that situation, quite honestly, myself. The thing is, though, I don't think I would be in a position where I would not understand why what was happening was happening. You get what I'm saying? I think that's the difference. He could be informed about what was happening and why, and still not have the nerve to say something. The issue seems to be that you don't even know you're asking why.
You don't even understand. Yeah. And like Back to Love said, Tamir Rice was murdered at 12.
Yeah.
12 years old.
Yeah.
So we will see what happens to Soho Karen, aka Miya Ponsetto. And Eon 001 says, I've got to cut the kids some slack. This is a weird situation. I'm used to the cops shaking you down, but some random woman would throw you off. Yeah, no. I'm not really blaming the kid.
Yeah, we're not blaming the kid, but I disagree with that. Yeah. Random women have been doing this for all of 2020.
Yeah, there's enough, Karens in 2019, pretty much 2018, 19, and 20 to be able to be like, this boy done seen some stuff. But once again, I am not dogging out the child. I'm dogging out the parents for not preparing the child for what this world is and the world that he's walking into. And I think that it's due to the fact that they are like, hey, we're well-to-do. We live in this zip code. We live in that zip code. We stay over here. He goes to this school or that school, and we don't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? And, you learn, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately. So we'll see. Back to Love said Big Becky brand. But we'll see. We'll follow it along and see what happens, man. Unfortunately, we got to go with the bull.
I'll say once again, I have no faith in the system. I don't believe anything has happened.
I have no faith in Ben Crump neither.
So I just wish she had got the beat down that she deserved.
Yeah. It's like, we'll see. So to everyone in the chat, Muchacha25. I hope I ain't screwing you up.
Muchacha.
Muchacha? Is it Muchacha? All right, Muchacha25 said, checking us out for the first time. It's true about the randomness of Wonder Woman's, no, I'm just saying, white women's accusations. The father should have schooled him by now. True. And thank you for rolling through. It's nice to see you. Everybody in the chat, thank you for coming through. Thank you for hitting that, thumbs up button. Please share. I need y'all to share this year. This year, I need y'all to share. I need y'all to thumbs up. I need y'all to comment. I need y'all to tell a friend, and they'll tell two friends, and they'll tell two friends, and they'll tell two friends. But
it's like a pyramid scheme, but for good.
It's like a pyramid scheme, but for good. You're gonna be doing the Lord's work. But shouts to Eon001, Antoine Allen, Muchacha25. Did we have Vivi in here? I know we had Back to Love, Sandra Thomas, DeAndre Mosley, we had Yamani Adams, Ephraim Guzman, Matt Early. We had some dope people up in here. Boogsworthy. And thank you guys for coming through last night. If y'all saw the live stream last night as well. I need y'all support. Trying to do this. We doing it for real. We expanding this year. We expanded last year.
We trying to move on up like the Jeffersons.
We try to move on up. You know what I'm saying? We trying to do our thing. So, please consider the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? Do not sleep. Patreon.com/ThatNERDSoul. You know what I'm saying? Please consider buying a shirt. You know what I'm saying? The links is down below. Y'all can check them out at any time. Feel free. But if you can't put $2 in the bucket, what you can do is use that little click finger or use your little thumb, share, hit a comment. That's free. That's free, completely free. You know what I'm saying? Share, brother, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't hide this light. Let it shine. You know what I'm saying?
And Muchacha25, that's what I was sitting here thinking. Antoine Allen, didn't she get knocked down a couple times? That was like, kind of about, no, I need her to be knocked out with a purpose. This, don't mistake it. This knockout is for you specifically, not, randomly because we tussling. No, I'm going to pull all the way back and knock you out.
Shoryuken.
Look. I'm mad, and it's not even, I don't even know these people. I'm mad just even thinking about it. You don't put your hands on somebody's child. You lucky you ain't get chopped in the throat.
Yeah, look. Matter of fact, you ready, NERDSoul? Ready, NERDSoul? Like, you ready? Ready. Kame.
That's right.
This is how you take them out. It'd be like, wow. It would have been done. So, with that said, guys.
All right, we got it, baby.
All right, we can't get them all. We can't. Don't save your power. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
You started it.
See, we gotta save our power though. He's
gonna kill you with cuteness.
Oh man, yeah. Black Mama would have beat her like Reginald Denny.
Look,
All right. So with that said, Lisa, say peace.
Bye, y'all.
That's right. NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all them places. YouTube is the hub. So share, comment. I need y'all this year. We growing this year. We expanding this year. I need your help. If you need a brand new shirt, say you just ripped up your shirt yesterday. You was walking around and ripped up your shirt. Buy a new shirt from NERDSoul. If you got a couple dollars every month, consider Patreon NERDSoul. Just consider it, brother. But you know what's free? That like button. Or you can hit that thumbs down, but you hit that thumbs down, I'm going to send Miya Ponsetto at you. She's going to try to take your phone, and she's going to tackle you. So you don't want that. Also,
somebody going to be like, send her.
Sure can. So anyway, podcast if you want to listen, because you might be like, I don't want to look at you, I want to hear you. So you podcast where you want to listen, and Spotify for that music. Don't sleep, your brother got some jams. The links are all down below. Feel free to check them out. Thank you so much they deliver to UK. They deliver to UK. So man, look, thank you so much for your support. I'm glad to see y'all beautiful sunshiny faces. We got cool stuff coming this weekend. We got Dig Deeper coming. We got Cobra Kai season 3 coming Sunday. And we'll be talking. We got some gaming this weekend too. Anwar. Oh, you talking about Anwar High Sign? Yeah. they'll be back next week on Wednesday. Anyway, he trying to think he programming. So from us to you, we thank you for watching, and of course, peace. Arcatron and Parker Lewis. We're gonna leave y'all with ARCKATRON.com. That's right, Arcatron in the house. Friend of mine, dope dude. Yes, and Parker Lewis. And NY High Side. And Beast Vibes Life. That's right. So yeah. And on NERDSoul. Anything else? That's it? Anything else? You sure? All right, cool. So from us to you, we saying peace. Give them a woo. Show them woo for you. A woo for you, and a woo for you, and a woo for you, and a woo for you. We love all y'all. And until next time, which will be tomorrow-ish, we're going to be gaming some Halo. Much love. We out. Yeah. What?